What's up, everyone? Welcome back to YGC.
Back
I'm
from
Justin.
hiatus.
Yeah, back from a long hiatus. Alongside Billy, Marcus, Brandon. Corey's filling in for Matt because Matt couldn't be here. So in the little hiatus that wasn't planned, just life gets in the way sometimes. Hit that subscribe button, help us out. So this can be our life. Love you guys. Hit the like button as well.
That's a fact.
A lot has happened in the football world.
Not for the Chargers.
Not for the Chargers.
Yeah, everyone else.
Not for the Titans either.
Not for the Titans. Matt's not here though, so it's okay.
But the Jets, the Giants, the Saints.
A lot going on.
There's a lot
A
going
lot
on.
of movement, expected player movement, a lot of QB movement throughout the NFL with more expected to
A
come.
lot of good things.
Shout out to
coming.
Panthers. All the Panther fans out there.
Oh yeah, Panthers move up to number
They got
one.
some
upgrades too,
players,
yeah.
man.
All right.
All right,
making
so
moves.
let's start with that. Panthers going up to 1,
Yeah.
trading their first this year, first next year, I believe a second, and DJ Moore. All the way up to 1 from 9. Bears drop down to 9. Presumably to take CJ Stroud. That's what everyone's at least thinking right now. He's the favorite to go number 1.
100%.
And I think it does end up happening. I think it could be a great move. It's a great trade for Chicago,
Yes.
especially because you get DJ with it. Getting DJ makes that deal just so much sweeter.
It all depends on if Justin Field performs or not.
It does, but
if it's
they're
a good
doing
trade or not.
they're doing everything.
They can to make him perform.
Yes. They received number 9 this year, a 23, their second round pick this year, a first next year, and a second in 2025, along with DJ. That's a haul.
Fields has to perform this year now. He's got
There's-
Claypool and Moore.
You got Moore, you got
And-
Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet. They
He's
still
got-
have draft capital too.
True. That offensive line is still a little
Still shaky. They got.
It's
They got.
enough where he has to win some games. So
I think they take a lineman 9.
If he doesn't play better this year than he did last year, then
you got to win games.
he's got to.
I think it comes down to winning games. He
upgrading.
can play like he did last year. They did. Some W's got to show up, but he should, in theory, play better with more talent around him, with an improved offensive line. Hopefully, they lost David Montgomery. He went over to Detroit, shockingly, and then Jamal Williams went to New Orleans. I wasn't expecting Montgomery to go to Detroit, of all places, but that could end up being, I think, a good signing for them.
Jamal Williams.
How you feel? How you feel about Jay Will?
For 3 years, 12 million.
Yeah,
I feel great.
That's not bad.
I feel great about that. And also like with Kamara out, he gets in that red zone. He's 9 times out of 10.
He's a pretty guaranteed touchdown.
right in there. So
Go
I
on
love
with
it. I can't wait.
How you feel about Derek Carr?
Good luck, brother.
Why you say that?
It's mid-city, but
I've seen him for I don't know how long he was on the Raiders, but
You've seen him 9 years.
So the Raiders
I've
from
seen
2014
him
to
in big
2022.
games not show up for a good amount of his career.
I mean, look at
He's
the
never
division
won-
he plays in, man.
It doesn't. I
It's
don't know.
tough.
he's never
It's
won
tough over there. Look
Never
where
won a
he's at
playoff
now.
game.
True. There's no excuses for the Chargers. Why we get for Derek Carr?
I feel like
He's an upgrade though, and he's
big upgrade.
Yeah,
That's
that's what you got to
not
look at.
saying
He's an
much.
upgrade, and the division is like
The division's very
Horrible.
winnable.
for Derek Carr. Like, it's a way better
very
scenario.
winnable.
So
they have a better quarterback than you guys though. You know what I'm
I'm not
saying?
going to respond to not smart things today.
Yeah.
Who has more playoff wins?
Who? What?
Daniel Jones or Derek Carr? Who has more playoff
How many
wins?
playoff wins
No,
does
no,
Daniel
just-
Jones have?
I'm asking who has more. Just answer, yes or no. Or Derek Carr, Daniel
Yes.
Jones. You know what I meant. Derek Carr, Daniel Jones. Answer the question.
Fucking Daniel Jones.
Okay,
all
thank
right?
you. Next.
Yeah. I like Derek Carr though. You know,
Yeah.
his situation in Vegas, it's tough. You're in the league for 9 years, 6 different coaches, one of the worst.
5 different offense coordinators throughout the time.
Yeah, it's,
yeah,
Honestly, I'm rooting for him.
Horrible
now that
defense.
He's out my
So-
division, so yeah.
you know.
I think it's easy to root for Derek Carr.
We're gonna see you during the spring. What's it? We always have like a camp against you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scrimmages. We're gonna see you guys during that. We'll see.
I just get worried about like the teams that like do what the Saints did, like what the Colts do, where they just get stuck in that getting over the hill kind of middle-aged quarterbacks that didn't perform well. Like I'd rather
But
just
that's what the
draft
Saints.
a guy.
That's
and-
what the Saints do. They don't draft quarterbacks.
They're refusing to rebuild.
Yeah,
They
so
don't
I
do
don't know.
that.
I
But
just don't
it's
like
not-
that. But
I like the move considering the NFC is
winnable.
very weak.
Mhm.
The South especially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I
For
get it. Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have a rookie in Carolina. You're going to have presumably Desmond Ridder in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then you have Baker in Tampa.
I feel like
And
the division's really
you
winnable.
should have the best quarterback in the division.
You should win the division, 100%.
And you
Yeah,
should
no,
win the
Unless
division.
CJ
I think
Stroud-
Carolina, if
upgrades,
CJ
too.
hits.
If CJ hits, then it's gonna be a little scary.
I
but-
think Carolina can win that division. They brought in
Okay.
Thielen. That's a good vet. Shout out to Adam Thielen, too, for the deal.
Dude,
A
your
3-year
division's
deal
about to
at
be such a
32 years old.
grueler.
Yeah.
As a
Like
wide
y'all
receiver.
are about to be like the same record almost, and like have like a
Don't say-
4-way tie. Like
say
that
that,
could just
don't
so
say that,
easily be
don't say that, don't say
possible. So
Miles Sanders on the
Miles Sanders. Eagles look a lot different.
Yeah.
That defense.
Javon Hargrave over to San Fran. TJ Edwards went to Chicago. They bought back James Bradbury and Darius Slay, which it didn't look like they were going to keep
Yeah.
both. Boston Scott, Fletcher Cox, and Brandon Graham are coming back. CJ went to the Lions on a 1-year, $8 million deal.
Good deal for the Lions.
Oh, God, I wish we just fucking did that. That would have been great. Andre Dillard went to the Titans, which might take them out of the market for drafting a tackle, which I totally forgot about when making my mock draft, but oh well. They lost one of their guards to the Steelers. I'm not Isaac Simulo. Not trying to say his name. He's a pretty good left guard, I believe. Miles Sanders, of course, Panthers.
That's a big one.
That is a good
huge one.
pickup
I
for
feel like
them.
that's bound to happen after you make the Super Bowl, though.
Oh
every
yeah,
team.
it's gonna happen, especially when all that money's wrapped up. They have guys they're gonna eventually have to pay anyway that they just drafted. Jalen's eventually gonna get paid. I do think they should pay him sooner rather than later because the cap's gonna go up. The more people get paid, the more money you're gonna have to end up
I
giving
hope
your
the Eagles
guy.
pay him.
Now,
Jalen's gonna get it back.
yeah, Jalen should get it back.
I
He's-
agree. I
he's
think
really
he should
fucking
definitely
good.
get one.
real quick, because
That's because Billy doesn't like Jalen and thinks
we
he's
had
not
this
that good.
conversation in the group chat. It's an awkward comparison, but Jalen Hurts or Trevor Lawrence?
All right. Jalen Hurts is better today on March 23rd, 2023, as we're recording.
Yeah, that's true, but also at the same time, Trevor had more touchdowns and yards last year
For 10 years,
with the worst team.
I'm taking Trevor.
Okay. Why's that?
The generational prospect of Trevor Lawrence is still there.
I guess
He's
I'm
still
saying-
the upside of Trevor Lawrence is a modern Peyton Manning to me. That's how I've always looked at it.
And he had more yards and touchdowns last year with the worst team in a first year in his coaching system.
I know, but now think about what Jalen did.
But he had probably
Damn
the
near
best team in the league.
He was
though.
undefeated before he got hurt, right?
The best team in the league.
They lost one game
know,
in the
but-
regular season with him starting.
He
I
still
think.
performed good with those
Also,
good players, but
when he
like,
Trevor
wasn't there,
Lawrence is
when he wasn't there,
Ah,
they
yeah,
were
it's-
losing.
that's a hard-
That's what I'm trying to say.
He's not
That's
good.
fine. That's,
And he's a solid. Is he not a solid backup?
backup.
Is he not a solid
Yeah, solid
backup though?
backups
Gardner
not
is a
winning
back-
games.
But look at that team, though. That's what I'm saying. You have a solid backup, and you have that team. That team is phenomenal all across the board.
Yes.
Why did they not win when he was there? And why
'Cause he's a
were they
backup
damn
for
near?
a reason.
But why were they undefeated when Jalen was there, though? That's what I'm saying.
But then when Jared Goff wins games, it's not him, it's the team. I just don't get like what you guys are trying to say.
What do you mean?
But when I say Jared Goff does good, you say the Rams carried him.
That Rams
When did
team
I
did
say that?
carry him.
I don't know if you in particular said that, but you said the Rams
They're
carried
saying
Jared
it.
Goff. I'm just saying now when Jalen Hurts is on an amazing team, it's him too. I agree you have to be a good quarterback, but
So-
I think Trevor Lawrence, you put Trevor Lawrence on the Eagles, they're winning the Super Bowl. I think.
So you, I don't think so.
Trevor,
I don't agree with that
I
because
think
I don't think
Did Trevor
so.
Lawrence squat 500 pounds?
For 10 years, who are you
Is that
taking? though?
even, I don't
For the
even
next
I can't-
10
I
years.
I
We're
can't
talking
even
about a real
that's
conversation.
yeah,
We're joking.
for
For
10
the
years,
next
probably Trevor
10
Lawrence. But
years.
I think right now, I think from my knowledge, I think Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback with Trevor Lawrence. Like just
Like
seeing
he
from the eye
balled
test of
all
this
season,
year.
and you guys saw what he did in that Super
So,
Bowl with
but-
Patrick Mahomes.
Bro, he
But
went.
can we-
Bro,
why
why
is nobody
his
acknowledge
stats
the
are
fact that Trevor Lawrence
crazy.
had more yards and touchdowns
no.
for the worst team?
I just personally feel like he's not better than Jalen Hurts.
Like
right
Trevor
now.
Definitely
Lawrence
better.
could
Like,
have
I
probably
don't,
Jalen
played
like,
good
I
with
don't
a
even think it's
good
really
team, but
close,
like
to
we
be
don't
honest
know
with
that. And Jalen Hurts, like we know what he can do with a good team. He was like literally like 5 seconds. Like there's a call away from a Super Bowl win. So like I don't know.
Next
It's
10
really
years.
hard.
Next
They're a good
10,
fucking quarterback.
that's
So it's
I
really
don't
hard.
know.
to-
answer.
Next 10
Best-
years, I think it's Trevor Lawrence.
I
And I
think-
don't even
see, I
think it's
agree.
close.
I agree with
Based
that.
off play style, I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence, but I know Jalen Hurts can make it to a Super Bowl with a really well-built roster, which, believe it or
Yeah,
not,
it's just
a
shown,
lot
yeah.
of quarterbacks can't
A
carry
lot
a
of
team.
not great ones did too, though. For 1 year, I want to see him do it again.
Is Jalen the best
Joe Flacco did it.
quarterback in the
Colin
NFC?
Best
Jalen?
quarterback in the NFC.
Especially with Rodgers leaving? Presumably.
Yes.
As of, we're talking about play last year, yes, but I don't think he's going to be the best next year.
I mean,
Who do you think will be the best quarterback in the NFC next year?
Kyler Murray? But he's not gonna play.
I was not gonna play.
What?
Nah, yeah, Jalen would be
But
the
who's-
best though.
Murray. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't
It's
know.
a very weak conference in terms of
NFC
quarterbacks.
It's
Yeah, it is.
crazy.
It's a
like, the difference is
the
crazy.
AFC in terms of quarterbacks compared to the NFC there is a huge difference.
Which is why I don't understand why Aaron Rodgers is leaving to go to the AFC if he's in the NFC.
because
I
I
don't
think
get
it's
that.
a mutual
Yeah. I
mutual
guess.
separation. It's
Now,
a divorce. They both
question
agree.
number 2. Billy, your man's got re-signed, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Jones.
Yes, sir.
So, is there any part of you that says Lamar Jackson could have been a better signing than Daniel Jones? Would you rather have Lamar Jackson than
No,
Daniel Jones?
I would not.
Why are you asking that? You know the answer.
I know the answer to it, but I
And
just
why are
want
you
to say,
asking something that wasn't even like a little bit of a rumor?
I understand it, but still, like,
I will
guess-
say this: there were a lot of people on Giants fans on Twitter that were like, "I would low key go for Lamar."
I'll take the guy who could finish, who also just won a playoff game.
Daniel Jones was injured all those years before. Right.
Not
Well,
last year. I'm talking about. With
do you
the new
think Daniel
coach.
Jones?
Also, I just think Daniel Jones just could throw better deep balls, could read coverages better.
do you think Daniel Jones deserves? This is a better question. Do you think he deserves to get paid before Lamar Jackson deserves to get paid? MVP Lamar
I'm
Jackson.
not worried about Lamar Jackson. I don't care. I'm worried about the Giants signed the dude who took him to a playoff win in his first year in this new system with horrible weapons.
Lamar
I
did the
would've
same exact thing with
He
the
didn't even
Ravens.
play last year.
I'm talking about his.
The Ravens didn't have shit. You are right.
I know it's
Who
a.
had worse receivers though? Giants.
I know it's a.
Ravens in 2019.
Nah, I don't know.
It was close. It was
Worse
close.
than the Giants.
It was
I
close.
don't
It was
know.
close.
I know
Richie
it's
G.
a.
Pretty bad.
Okay,
They
why would you?
both, they
what
both
you
had
done for
pretty
me
bad.
recently?
They both had
No,
pretty
that's
bad
a-
weapons.
What you done for me
I
recently,
told
league?
you what my answers. I don't know what we're still talking about. I think it's a stupid question, but it's okay.
All right, count.
Honestly,
So
as a Giants fan, I feel like it's a pretty fair question.
No, but it wasn't
Because I
even
think
rumor.
Lamar's potential is fucking crazy.
Is Daniel Jones?
So like, I do agree with Billy that
Also, Lamar Jackson's wants way
even
more
if that was
money.
an option, I think it was. It was.
He wants way more
Our
money.
cap.
He's done way
was-
more in the league.
Yeah.
That's fine. Go do it somewhere else. I don't want to do it on the Giants. Go play for good for 10 weeks and get hurt at the end of the year for another team. Please go to the Commanders. Please.
Damn.
No, I don't know about that. I don't agree with
How do
that.
you feel about the Dolphins getting Ramsey?
I wish the Chargers got him.
I fucking hate it.
I don't think it matters.
I fucking hate
Yeah,
it.
you
It's
don't
such
like
a good
that.
move. It is such a good fucking move.
Yeah.
They gave him nothing. They said, "Here's a bag of chips."
And Jalen Ramsey on that team. And
That
they-
team has a lot of talent.
and they play with a little bit of attitude.
They seriously can win the division. Like I think they, even with the
No,
Jets
they're
getting
not.
Rodgers, I
Do I
think
have
they
a
can
catch
win the
is
division.
Tua
I
coming
don't
back?
think so.
If
Tua-
Tua
Tua is
can
not
stay
good.
healthy a majority of the season, not even the whole fucking season, if he can just start like 14.
Yo, he was going crazy last year.
Josh
Or they
Allen
can win
win that
in the beginning of the
division.
season.
Josh Allen better learn how to slide. I'm gonna say that right now because if he goes out thinking he's going to hit a regular cornerback when he runs into Jalen Ramsey, he's going to get boomed.
Did Jalen Ramsey have a good season last year?
You saw what
He
he
gave
did.
up a lot of touchdowns.
No.
However, as a corner, as a whole, he had a good season. Because okay, everyone's talking about like, is it the best corner duo in the league or whatever now with X and him? It's not Jalen that brings that corner duo down. Xavier Howard might be the most overrated player in the NFL.
Oh.
No offense
I
to
agree.
Xavier Howard.
I agree.
Xavier Howard's 2 years ago
2 years ago,
straps.
it
It's
is
not
today.
like that no
We
more.
were talking about
It's not
today.
like that no more.
He was not good last season. I don't care if he was a Pro Bowler. He played horribly.
He
Oh,
can
no.
pick it back
Now
up.
now I'll give you new system. Vic Fangio comes in, it terrifies the fuck out of me. They're gonna have a good defense, probably a top 10 unit, and I expect him to play better. But let's not already crown these guys the best duo. Same
Yeah,
thing
I'm not
with,
gonna do that either.
Same thing with Diggs and Gilmore now in Dallas.
What has
See them
Gilmore
play
done
first.
in like?
Gilmore was great last year.
Gilmore did have a good year last year.
Oh man, I think he's overrated. He's been on how many different teams in
You
how many
put-
different years?
You put milk before the cereal, don't you?
How many different teams has he been in on different years?
so crazy.
He was on the Colts. Did he play for anyone before?
Patriots.
He played for the
Colts.
Panthers.
Was it just Patriots, Colts? Oh yeah,
He
he
played
was on
for
the
the
Panthers. That's
Panthers.
right.
Yeah.
He's going to a
He
bunch
got
of different teams for
near
a
the end of his
reason, I
career.
feel like.
Quarterbacks usually start moving around a little bit towards the end of their career.
I don't know.
too.
I wouldn't be too terrified of Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard yet, at least.
No, I think Jalen's gonna bounce back. I'm more.
I hope so.
That secondary in
I-
total, it's kind of.
And then you have Holland. Javon Holland's really good. I like him a lot. Unfortunately,
You
So
got
the Dolphins.
Christian Wilkins inside. You got Chubb now too. You got Phillips on the outside. Bro,
No,
their
they have
defense is-
They have a lot of
Yeah.
talent on defensive, and it's Vic Fangio, so I think it's gonna get put together.
True,
And
yeah.
you already know about the offense. You have Tyreek Hill. You got Jalen Waddle.
I don't
speed
trust
demons.
two of them.
It just comes down to Tua and all that. They also re-signed Mostert. They're bringing back relatively the same offense now with an improved defense, adding Jalen Ramsey and Vic Fangio.
The AFC just keeps getting more stacked. That division last year was I feel terrible for you.
You might have Hop coming to the AFC too.
Yeah. And most likely coming to the Chiefs, who just for some reason.
I'd rather him go to the fucking Chiefs than the Bills. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't want to deal with him in Buffalo. I mean, the hope is I'm gonna have to deal with him anyway in Kansas City, but
With Diggs.
it'd be with Diggs.
If D-Hop and Diggs are on the
Then
Bills,
we'll talk about the Bills
D-Hop-
winning the division again.
if
Yes.
Diggs were on the Bills,
Then they-
oh my
they
god,
probably
D-Hop,
repeat as-
Diggs, Gabe Davis. There's a lot going on.
oh
over
my
there.
god,
That'd be ridiculous.
Insane.
There's a lot going
That'd
on
be-
over there.
That would be my.
My favorite option though because Elijah got traded to the Browns, so I'm expecting a vet receiver to come at some point for the Jets.
I think it's gonna be OBJ.
I think it's gonna be Odell.
It'll be tough.
My favorite option would be to go trade for D-Hop, but I don't know if it's really feasible or if that's even again, I'm not in the building. I don't know what they're thinking. I also would consider taking a weapon at 13, like a Jackson Smith and Jigba. Now you traded Elijah, who I love Jackson Smith. I think he's the best wide receiver in the draft, but he's mainly a slot guy, and that's why it was never going to be a fit with the Jets because you have Elijah, and he's going to be your guy in the slot. So at 13, I would consider it, even though I do think they should still take a tackle because I think Becton has a chance to really bounce back, but 2 years in a row, 2 injuries, you can't depend on it, and you have Dwayne Brown on the other side who's 37 years old.
Can you kick him in? Just Mickey and just put him
I don't
on the
think it's
inside
his
then?
play.
It's not his play; it's his injuries. He's actually he had a phenomenal rookie year. He probably outside of Tristan Wirfs, he probably played better than all the other tackles. And then week 1 got hurt his second year, and then got hurt in training camp last year. It's his knee. Lost a lot of weight though, so I'm hoping it eases up on his knees.
Okay.
But that's why I think they might have to take a
Got
tackle.
those Kamara Usman knees.
Yeah, he might.
Shout out Leon Edwards, man.
Yeah, shout out Leon.
All right.
Who's the best with Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets? When everything happens, who's the best New York team now? Football.
I'm gonna say
The
this.
draft hasn't even happened yet, so I don't know.
I know, but still, yeah.
I
Good
think
question.
the Jets have more talent. I think the Giants are in an easier conference,
That's a hard question.
and I think the Giants have a better coaching staff.
Okay.
That's tough.
I mean, you're gonna try to make it give them all 3. Oh yeah, they could possibly all be the best during the year.
Oh, I think all 3 of them have a chance to make the playoffs, and they should all make the playoffs, including Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo's won the division 3 years in a row now. The Giants made the playoffs last year, and the Jets were 7-10 with literally not a quarterback on the roster.
Realistically, and this is no slight at you, Billy, I think the biggest question mark in New York is gonna be, can Daniel Jones do it back-to-back
I
years?
feel like every question you've asked, you've been on my dick. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Am I tripping, or is every question you asked on my dick?
No, bro.
Every answer you've
Arch enemies right here. This is
I'm not
what
even
happens.
Bro, all right.
That's
This is
crazy.
what we
He's
do.
a Giants fan too, and he's just like, yo, Billy.
As a football fan, I expect you to answer these type of questions.
Been on me this whole episode. I'm just
Bro, do we want to bring up the group chat?
Bro, I'm not gonna
The
lie.
shit that
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the Giants could do it back to back. If they get receivers,
Yeah.
Look
I
up.
don't think the Giants
they
are
have
the
better receivers
I don't think
now.
the Giants are the best team in New York at the moment.
I think they got the best coaching staff by far.
They do. I agree with that.
By
Yeah.
far.
But I think the Giants have the
Should've
best
lost
chance to have a better record / better playoff run than.
I don't know about playoff runs.
See, now, wait,
So
I got.
like, it's gonna be easier for them because of the conference.
I gotta-
like the Bills are gonna have the Bengals. They're gonna
Yeah, the
Chiefs.
Bills, Bengals,
There's
Chiefs,
like
well,
12
it's
teams that are
really-
contention
Giants
too.
and
like-
it's really who's gonna be better, the Jets or the Bills, because they're in the same division.
I want to know.
That's true.
I want to know out
It's
of
a
like
weird
the,
question
Yeah,
actually
I know.
because of that reason. They're in the same
I
division.
want to know like out of the New York teams. I feel like Buffalo has this ceiling now in the playoffs. I want to know who's going to be the first to break that ceiling. Because I feel like if
What
the
is the
Jets
ceiling?
get
What's the
there,
ceiling? Getting all the way fucking there and raising the trophy?
yeah,
I fucking hope and pray it's
I
us.
feel like
It's gonna be hard
Obviously.
though, because the AFC is just
The
so
AFC
is
tough.
loaded. Burrow,
I do think we have
Mahomes,
to-
Lawrence, Herbert.
So I think
Okay.
the Giants
It's
have
such
the
a tough
highest
conference.
ceiling when you look from like all the offseason moves that are happening. You know, the draft is still a thing, but
You guys see how the draft. First, the Jets gotta get Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
like we're talking like he's there.
Okay, that
that's
leads me
not
to
even
this.
a lock
That leads me
yet,
to
so-
this. Actually, well, first of
yeah,
all,
Mike White again. So
Mike White's in Miami.
Great pickup.
oh,
That was
I
a great
know.
pickup. Yeah, I know.
I'm
Mike
a-
White's gonna. Mike White. I
Mike
know.
White's gonna ball out for the Dolphins.
He's
against the
gonna.
Jets.
He's
I'm
going to
calling
beat
it.
the Jets. He's going to beat the Jets in the game. I already know what's gonna happen. Yes, and Braxton Berrios went to Miami too. That was those two moves were the most predictable fucking free agent signings. They're both from Florida. It was and Dan Feeney also followed them there. Sayonara. Thank you, Mike White, though, for the memories. They were fun. But yeah, Aaron went on Pat McAfee. Shout out to Pat McAfee too. The reason I do this shit is because
Pat McAfee is probably my favorite sports.
I love it. The reason I do this shit and want to like make this like pretty much my career.
I just don't like when he wears tank tops.
Shout out to
I love
Pat
it.
It bothers me
Shout
when he
out to
wears
Pat
tank
McAfee.
But shout out to
tops.
him and
He's my favorite person to watch.
the numbers he did with Aaron coming
Don.
on. But of course, he says he intends to play for the Jets. Trade compensation is the question now. What do you guys think the trade looks like?
Dude, I don't know anymore. I have no idea.
He basically singled out every single team. He wants to go to the Jets.
It's the Jets. Yes, it is the Jets. The Green Bay knows it's the Jets. The Jets knows it's them.
That lowers what Green Bay can get back. I think I've seen some wild trade rumors. I've seen basically like it's a 3rd round pick or like a few swaps in the first.
Something's holding it up because it hasn't happened yet.
I think it's money. I think it's who has to pay what. I truly think. I think it could be financial
So
even.
if the
I think they're definitely still negotiating. I think because I'm sure Green Bay wants a first.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't think it's going to be a first.
Probably not.
I don't think everyone's saying 13 for 12.
You think it's gonna be only money?
I don't think it's even. I think money is definitely an issue of. I think it's. I don't know the exact numbers, but if they trade him before June 1st, they have a bigger cap hit. If it's past June 1st, there's a less of a cap hit. Now, obviously, if let's say this all falls through, God fucking forbid, and Aaron just retires, they get a $60 million dead cap hit like immediately or like next season, and that's a lot of money to not go to anyone and just be dead cap. So that's why like everyone's talking about leverage this, leverage that. No one has leverage. Everyone knows what has to be done and everyone wants to be done. It's just compensation and who's going to pay what, I think. But I think it'll just end up being one of the seconds we have. That's also why I think they traded Elijah, besides Elijah requesting a trade last year and probably rubbing the front office the wrong way. But definitely either pick 42 and 43, maybe another late round pick this year, and then next year's like 3rd. That has conditions on it where if they make the playoffs, it's a 2nd. Or if he plays next year, the year after, it's a 2nd. And if they win the whole fucking thing, it's a 1st.
If the trade already happened,
and
by
maybe
the time
Corey
this drops,
Davis.
skip this shit.
Yeah. This is before the trade happens, obviously. And I think Corey Davis could be in the trade also. Because they might, everyone's talking about him possibly getting cut. Alan Lazard and him are very similar players.
Yeah.
They save 11.5 by just cutting him or trading him. So I think he might be involved in the deal. That's why he's still on the roster. But I guess he could just end up being back.
Also, shout out Miko Hardman. I like that.
I love that
signing.
I forgot about
love that
That's
signing.
Him and
tough.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be scary.
No, it's just a good fit. Especially like you lost Braxton. Well, you didn't lose Braxton. You cut Braxton, but he can be a kick returner. He's a good special teamer at minimum, but he also just has blazing fucking speed.
True, yeah.
So
Every team needs that.
like in today's league, like I'm signing up for that every day.
Somebody got to pick up DJ Clark.
Maybe the Chargers can. I never know.
Yeah, he's still out there.
Let's talk about a team everyone wants to hear about. The Los Angeles Chargers.
What about him? Eric Hendricks, right?
What do you mean?
Biggest fan base in the league.
What are you talking about?
Austin Eckler has requested a trade. First thing,
He's already bald. He can't be stressed no more. He's already bald. He lost all his hair. Right?
He's a running back. He's a bald man. He's a
bald man.
He wants more money at this point. I think he wants a longer contract. He wants more guaranteed money.
He wants stability like all running backs do, but it's just not feasible in the NFL.
I'm pretty sure he either led the league in scrimmage yards or he was close to leading the league in scrimmage yards last year. First thing, as Chargers fans, I will not say a single bad word about Austin Eckler. That man has led me to 2 second-place finishes in fantasy football. I want to say that right now. He's been amazing for me. I draft him every single year. He's held down his end of the bargain.
There's a whole group of like analytical people that don't think he's good.
He didn't show up in the.
Way to kill it.
He had 2 touchdowns in the Jag game. I'm pretty sure he had 37 rushing yards, which is...
I'm not among those people. I think Austin Eckler's good.
Oh, he's amazing. Yo, if you can get Austin Eckler in space, he is ridiculous. That's the thing.
He's just undersized.
Yeah, sure. You need a power back to match with Austin Eckler. I think the Chargers have done a poor job of getting him a second running back where he could just get some carries off.
There is a power back on the market.
We're actually out of the Zeke.
And apparently we're not.
Yeah.
But what did Brees Hall say?
Yeah, Brees tweeted something saying he said we're good over here.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Got deleted.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
I wouldn't be against it because
just towards ACL though.
Yeah, he is going to be recovering. I like Michael Carter.
I don't think Zeke Elliott's really good anymore though.
Me either.
He would be like your equivalent to like playoff Lenny. You would hope. That's why you would bring him.
Maybe
in.
he could age.
I think he might be an Eagle. Well, it was the Eagles, Bengals, and Jets, so he's gonna be one of those three.
Bengals would be pretty cool.
The Bengals make sense. They lost Peter Ryan. Joe Mixon. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Joe Mixon or where he'll be next year. Or
isn't he like in some legal trouble?
He is in some legal trouble.
I don't
Yes.
want to get too specific.
Yes, he's been in multiple legal troubles throughout his life. Yeah, allegedly. I don't want to end up like that, Mac.
Hopefully Zeke turns into like a Mark Ingram. He just finds a place. Maybe he can go to Baltimore. They'll slap him
I think Bengals. Is a good
I think the Bengals make a lot of sense. The Jets actually do make sense because Michael Carter, once Brees got hurt, wasn't as good. Bam Knight would flash here and there, and Ty Johnson, they actually just re-signed.
in New York.
Yeah.
I think though, like if you draft
like
a random running back in the 4th or 5th round,
you might hit.
Zeke.
Yeah, you might hit. Like that's how it is. Like
that's why running backs aren't getting paid right now.
Zeke's not even close to what he used to be.
No,
though.
not
He's
at
just
all.
like
It's sad to see because he was really like that, bro.
2,000 touches.
That's why teams aren't playing running backs. So
Yeah.
shout out Tony Pollard.
That's why the Daniel Jones deal was horrible.
Shout out to Tony Pollard, man.
But yeah, ending off
Which I'm happy about as a Giants fan.
No, that's the best thing for the team.
Yeah,
the Chargers are potentially about to be in cap hell starting 2024. So we're not doing anything this offseason. I hope we just get healthy. I hope we have a good draft, obviously. And then things can just turn around from there and maybe some good karma can come my way. I'm not even going to get... I've
you
not
guys
been,
got top 5 QB in the league. So
That is true.
That is what we're actually going to be talking about pretty soon. I can't wait for that conversation.
You have one of the best
But we're
talents.
You guys
I
still have a
think,
good
in the
team.
NFL.
It's just staying healthy
don't think you
throughout
guys
the
can
season
beat
is your only.
just
I don't
luck,
think you guys can
I
beat
guess.
the Chiefs. I'm
Not
sorry.
even luck, bro. It's just injuries.
No, and luck. Yeah, and luck.
Yeah, it's probably good.
Every
You're part
championship
of that
team has a
'cause
little
you're the
bit of luck.
fan.
Yeah.
I mean, luck is
you
pretty
look at
trash.
look at the Chiefs last year, the Bengals game. Yeah.
Every team needs luck.
Yep, and the Chargers aren't really high on luck. All right. Well, top 5 quarterbacks in each conference.
There's
start
a
with
very big difference in each conference, too.
Very
Oh,
big.
yeah, 100%.
Which conference do you want to start?
We'll start NFC. Let's get
You want
it.
Should we start
NFC?
NFC? Just easier, I feel like, or no? NFC?
It's going
It's up to you
I
guys.
fuck with NFC.
Billy,
NFC?
Let's
Billy,
hear
you
your
can
list
start.
first.
My list first?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start.
5, I got Danny Dimes. 4, I got Dak. 3, I got Jared Goff. 2, I got Matt Stafford. And 1, I got Jalen Hurts.
Wait, you said Derek Carr?
I said 5, I got Daniel Jones. 4, I got Dak Prescott. 3, I got Jared Goff. 2, I got Matt Stafford. And 1, I got Jalen Hurts. I feel like that's a pretty good list.
You think
That's a fun list.
you think Daniel Jones is better than Derek Carr?
Yeah, you won a playoff game. Derek Carr didn't.
Yo, bro.
Marcus, the Saints fan that has Derek Carr on his team.
He puts
What is your top
cereal
5?
before Mel.
Give me Jalen Hurts. Give me Derek Carr. Give me Dak. Give me Jarrett and Gino.
So you have the second.
Actually, wait. Let me switch. Gino at 4.
You have the second best quarterback in the conference.
Yeah. I'm supposed to feel that way.
That's good.
Right?
That's fine.
You can feel that way
That's
if you
fine.
want. It's not
Where you
true.
put Dan-
but-
where
You
you put
better win
Danny?
the fucking division.
hope so.
You better win the fucking division.
Wait, where you put Danny?
You
I
got
put
Danny
Daniel
at
at
5.
5. But I was going to him and Dak. I was going to put him at 4 and Dak at 5.
Don't
But
sleep on Derek Carr.
Dak did more in his career, so I think Daniel Jones.
All right. Who's next? Justin?
Okay. Again, this is assuming health. Hurts is 1. A healthy Stafford's 2. I think a healthy Kyler Murray is 3 if he's not playing Call of Duty.
I don't know.
Jared Goff is 4,
I don't play Call of Duty.
and I'm gonna put Carr at 5 for Marcus.
Who do you have 4?
Because I snubbed Alvin
Murray?
Kamara.
Murray,
Who do you have for?
Fucking Jared Goff.
What's up right there? That's what's up right now.
Kyler Murray, bro. No way.
If I'm taking Murray away because
If you, but okay,
he's going to be hurt anyway, and isn't going to play probably most of next season, I can probably put Jones. I'd probably put Jones.
If you could start, I know this is off topic, but if you could start a team for the next 10 years, you taking Jones or Murray?
Jones.
With Murray's ACL,
Jones.
And size.
Jones. Jones.
Yeah, Jones. Yeah.
And that's not even bias.
Daniel Jones is more
That's just
focused on
that's just
football too.
injuries.
he is a
Not
lot
like
more
that.
focused
Not
on
about
it.
his
Kyler
KD.
Murray's
football.
potential
Also
is
cheaper.
crazy though.
But I think Kyler's a better quarterback. But I think Kyler also has a lot of other things, obviously.
Yeah.
Brandon?
Geno Smith, Justin Fields,
Wait,
Dak Prescott.
Wait,
Is
Fifth,
this
fourth,
5
right?
to 1?
Justin
No.
Fields?
wait, what are you
Justin Fields
talking
is four.
about?
This is 4 to 1?
No, 5 to 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
five,
okay, yeah, that's what I
Wait,
said, yeah.
restart again? Who?
Justin Fields is 5.
Geno Smith.
Or Geno's 5.
Justin Fields.
Okay. I thought you were. My bad.
No.
I was like,
Geno
wow.
could have been one. For like the first 6 games of last
Are you
season.
being serious or are you joking?
No, Geno Smith's number 5, yeah.
No. Justin Fields is in your top. Are you serious or are you joking? I'm being dead serious. Are you joking?
Wait till next season.
Wait, no, I'm being dead. You're being
No,
serious?
I'm 100%. Wait till next season.
Oh my God. I thought you were joking. My bad.
All right, go ahead. Keep going.
No, don't.
No.
Yo, focus. You're good.
I'm trying. Yeah, no, I'm trying. I don't want to do this right now. Dak Prescott, Derek Carr, Jalen Hurts.
So Justin Fields is better than Matthew Stafford. That's interesting.
Matthew Stafford, he's been injured, man. I don't
He's
know.
better
about it.
than Matthew Stafford. He's better than Jared
To
Goff.
Dak and Kirk also, they put up good numbers each year. They're fine quarterbacks.
Did you put Kirk in your top
I don't know
five?
if I'm
Kirk's
putting.
not in my top 5.
Either one could be 5.
Justin Fields is better than Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
Okay, well you're crazy. What has Justin Fields done? I'm
This top five's
confused.
hard.
Justin Fields, he
God.
did a lot with nothing last year. Well,
What did he
no,
do
excuse
though?
me. No offense.
He
to those
didn't.
dudes.
How many games did he win? Didn't they have the worst record in the NFL?
They played hard.
Correct.
Okay, you're crazy. Bro.
He was in some shootouts last year, man. His defense did not help him
He
at
led
all.
the team to a #1 draft pick. I don't
He didn't
understand
lead
how-
a team to number 1 draft pick.
But
That
to-
was not a great
I'm
team.
not saying he's
You can't-
horrible, but to put him top
So how do you,
five
all right,
above-
so you give Jalen Hurts all this shit. You give Jalen Hurts all
Y'all
this shit about
crazy.
having a great team, and then Justin Fields has a fucking trash. No
I
offense.
put
to you,
Jalen Hurts the
trash
#1
team.
quarterback in the NFC. I just say he's not better than Trevor Lawrence.
Where does Hurts rank on your list? Is he
Come
top
on.
10 to you?
Let the record
Yeah,
show also that
probably top 10.
wins are not a quarterback stat.
Probably
Very
top 10, but
He's probably 5.
but I don't. but
Watch
what
Justin Fields. Watch some highlights. Watch some tapes of Justin
he
Fields.
could run pretty good, I guess. But like,
Oh my god.
what is he? But to put him top 5 over Matthew Stafford,
Unfucking
and Kirk
bearable.
Cousins, Daniel Jones.
You guys
come
are
on.
crazy.
Bro, he's
I live for this. I love this every single day.
But I couldn't.
Every single fucking day.
Every day. I
My
live for
phone
this.
is blowing up.
let it be known, I actually thought you were joking. I'm not even lying. I'm dead serious. Thought you were joking.
Corey, you got top 5?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Corey.
Jalen
was
Hurts
bad.
#1. This is potential, by the way, not definitely not about last year or
got you.
anything. Potential. Jalen Hurts #1. Matthew Stafford #2. Derek Carr #3.
Let's go.
Danny Dimes #4.
Okay.
And this is my big debate.
That 5 spot is tough,
Yo.
regardless of
It's like
what
is
you
it Dak?
think.
Is it Dak or
Yo,
Kirk?
ceiling wise, I think I'm gonna slot Geno Smith in #5 just because that 6-game span he had, and I was watching those
Geno had
games
a good year, man.
pretty frequently. I was thinking that shit was
He's
pretty
also in a
solid,
great
bro. His
system,
potential
too.
was crazy at that point, so he can slot the #5 spot. But it could be really to anybody, honestly. Just a couple
Potential and
honorable mentions,
Geno doesn't. Those two words I don't agree
He
with.
was in
at
a
this
great
point.
system. You got to remember that too.
But
Pete Carroll's one of the best coaches.
he is. I'll
Facts.
give you that. He's really good.
but
That
yeah.
is true. I love Pete
Who else?
as a USC fan.
I can't believe you said Justin Fields though.
I like your list.
Mine, thank you.
I mean, based off of potential, if you're going off potential, it's
I
not that
like
crazy.
yours,
Like
too.
I can see
That's
Justin
why
Fields
I'm-
having a
Probably
great
had the worst
season next
system
year.
out of all of us. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, we're gonna wait till next season starts.
All
I'm
right,
not gonna
American
lie.
Football Conference.
I forgot to start the timer, so we're just gonna.
I forgot about Dak Prescott, but he could be.
Him and
there,
Kirk
too.
Cousins was like the same.
He could be
human
probably
being.
honorable mention.
No, they didn't hear that.
American Football Conference top 5 quarterbacks, the much superior quarterback
This is easy.
conference.
I feel like this is a no-brainer.
Let's hear it.
I
Go
think
ahead.
there's a clear top 6. This is assuming
Want me
Rodgers.
to, want me to go first?
Yes, you can go first.
To me, it's a no-brainer. 5 is Trevor Lawrence, 4 is Herbert, 3 is Allen, 2 is Burrow, 1's Mahomes.
That's literally mine, but I have Rodgers at 5. But if it's not Lawrence, it's Rodgers. If it's not Rodgers, it's Lawrence. It's a clear top 6 to me. I think.
You ready?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson at 5. If he's in the AFC.
If he's in the AFC.
Lamar Jackson at 5.
Actually, no, there's a clear top 7 then.
Over who?
God damn, this conference is stupid.
See, you know, I'm not mad.
Conference
Brandon
is
throwing in these
stupid.
curveballs, bro. I swear.
This conference
No,
is
the last one was a curveball. Like
stacked.
Lamar is kind of like, okay, I can see where he's coming from,
Oh,
but Justin Fields is kind
Because
of.
we're talking about potential too, so like
Yeah, you can go.
Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson's like that.
Lamar
his
at 5.
prime, so
4 is Josh Allen. 3 is Justin Herbert. 2 is Joe Burrow. 1 is Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen
Okay.
died.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's 4.
He's 4.
He's better than
Okay,
Justin
okay.
Herbert. But
I'll give you my list, but I have Josh Allen and Justin Herbert switched.
Do you have Lamar Jackson at 5?
Yes, I do have Lamar Jackson at 5 too. I agree with that. I agree with him being slotted in there
he's
instead
over
of Trevor Lawrence.
Aaron Rodgers and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, and his I'm just potential. If he like,
What
if
are
he
we
can have a
talking
crazy
about?
season like he's
Top
done in the
five. I'm just talking
past
about top 5
and no
quarterbacks.
injuries, I think he could be top 5.
Trevor Lawrence is
100%.
great, but I don't think he's Lamar
Trevor
Jackson.
Lawrence is definitely a good shout though. And Aaron Rodgers, dude, it's so hard.
That 5
bro.
spot is a lot
It's crazy.
tougher than
But I think
you
To
Lamar-
me,
guys
the
think.
top 5 AFC QBs are the top 5 NFL QBs. My list.
All
is
right,
what
so
think.
I got
That's not that crazy to say.
Aaron Rodgers is crazy.
I got Pat at 1, Joe at 2, Josh at 3. I'm gonna put Trevor at 4, and I'll put Justin Herbert at 5.
To each his own. To each
There
his
we
own. Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Again, there's a good 7 guys in that
So
conference.
wait, hold
So
on.
am I putting-
You put Lawrence over Herbert?
Yes.
Yeah.
he
So
did.
you think Jalen Hurts is better than Justin Herbert?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
No way, bro.
Right now, yes.
No way.
How?
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 I agree with that.
Right now?
I agree with that.
Right now, at this moment, Jalen Hurts is not better than Justin Herbert.
I'm done with this shit today, man. Everyone been coming to my damn
Our
neck.
argument really turned on Brandon here. Nah, yeah, you let him get the hot seat because I don't really care that much. But
If we want the argument to switch, then we could do this at any time.
What?
Yeah, no.
What?
No, because
Are we watching the same
What do you
sport
think?
here? Did we
who do you
watch what
think's better,
happened last
Jalen
year?
Hurts or
At
Justin
this
Herbert?
moment, Justin, you watch these games, bro. You watch these
the
games.
Chargers never QB sneak.
I
If we
love
QB sneak,
Justin
you know
Herbert.
the difference.
I love Justin Herbert.
I love Justin
Oh,
Herbert
my
too.
Yeah,
God.
he's a great
He's
guy.
actually
And see, we're not
gross.
putting. Are we putting Aaron
Oh, my
Rodgers in
God.
this? Because then
Yes, Rodgers.
You can
Yes,
if you
we're
want to.
assuming Rodgers is in the
Wait,
AFC.
what you about to try to say?
Aaron Rodgers is better than
Who?
Justin.
Aaron Rodgers might be better than Justin
He's better
Herbert
than
still.
Justin Herbert.
Roll the
He's
old clips,
he
man.
might.
Not right this
He
moment,
might.
though. I feel like Aaron
I don't know,
Rodgers
man.
is last year.
Oh my God, broken
I'm
ribs.
not even trying to diss. But
Broken
I'm just saying,
ribs.
like based on what we've all seen,
Carried his team to the playoffs.
Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence. It looked like they both did better than Justin Herbert.
I could give you possibly Trevor Lawrence did better, but not Jalen Hurts.
How?
Trevor Lawrence had
He just
more.
went to the Super Bowl.
Jalen Hurts.
He just
is
went
in
crazy.
Jalen Hurts
Way
is in
better
his
team in a
division.
worse
You know,
division.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel
It
you.
makes sense.
I feel you.
Way better team, worse division.
I guess.
Jalen Hurts did not make the.
Isn't it funny
Super
how
Bowl.
Russell Wilson's in the AFC and we didn't even think about this?
Russell Wilson. We
He
talking
might be
about
on the
bottom
list
five.
for top 5 worst.
Bro, we're not even.
But like, we're
last
talking
year,
potential.
yeah.
We're talking potential again. Sean Payton, improved offensive line.
They could do some.
Bro, Russell Wilson
I'm
is-
actually. I think they're going to be a solid team next year.
I think I don't know though.
Yeah, I've thought for the last 5 years the
You know,
Broncos
I
are
think
finally going to be a good team again. And then
They
they're
have
not.
Sean Payton.
Sean
so-
Payton.
I honestly
Tannehill.
forgot about Russell Wilson too, because
So
just
what-
because of his season
Hold
last
on.
year, but he
This is might be a
up
stupid
there.
question, but what happened with him in the
potential-wise.
Saints? Did he just give up on you guys? Like why?
No, he
No.
just walked away
Why?
because they were going to be in cap hell. It looked like.
So he gave up on.
Yeah, he pretty much walked. He
Look at us now.
he helped create the mess and then he left.
Look at us now.
Which
That's
I
14 million
I
in
don't
cap.
disagree with him doing that.
Damn.
Why not?
You didn't
I thought
believe in
McVay
Mickey.
was going to do that with the Rams,
Yeah.
and that's a. You look at that roster.
That's the definition
The
of
Rams
going
are.
all in.
The
and then now
Rams
they're-
do not have a lot of good players,
They went all
Hell
in, and
no.
now they're seeing the downside of doing it.
and you know what? It doesn't matter though because they won.
Yeah.
They won it all.
They're gonna be bad for a minute though. I
I
think.
hate Baker
That's fine.
Mayfield.
They're gonna
And last thing before I decide to go at everyone's favorite artists and stuff like
Oh
that.
my god.
Is Cam Newton a starting NFL quarterback anymore. Would any of you guys
No.
sign Cam Newton if you were?
No.
I love Cam Newton.
That was really your boy though back in the day.
I
He
love,
really
I
was.
love Cam Newton.
I'm not gonna lie.
I was doing cardio today and I was watching his Auburn highlights. Love Cam Newton.
Crazy nuts, but
He needs to accept the fact that he's a backup.
word.
That's never gonna happen though.
But also just the persona, not even if he is like, yeah, I'll be a backup. The persona of Cam Newton, it will be hard for him to come in and be a backup with how many people are probably gonna just gravitate to him.
Damn, Cam used to
Do
be
you
a
think
guy
he's a
though.
starting quarterback?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I think Cam would have to.
And I think he did pretty bad at that bro day. Actually, they said he was overthrowing people and stuff.
I don't know. I didn't.
I heard he did not do good.
It's weird though.
Auburn
Panthers
Pro
had the
Day?
first pick. Cam Newton's throwing at the Auburn Pro Day.
Cam left off on a bad foot. I don't see him getting a starting job in the
Maybe
NFL.
he could get the XFL. Maybe.
Really?
I'm not even trying to be.
Won his last game starting, I think.
You guys feel
Pretty
like
sure it was against the Jets.
You guys feel like he could be better than Baker Mayfield right now? Because I do.
Maybe I guess.
Because
actually.
Baker Mayfield is god awful.
I think
Bruce really thinks he was the top 5 quarterback in the NFC. Like,
Yeah, bro.
that was crazy.
I wish
love
he
it
was
when you say that on
camera. That's
Bruce,
crazy.
We
when
love
you
him
watch
this
this,
year.
that was the craziest.
He is so
That's
lucky he's not
almost
here
more
to say
crazy
that
than
on
Justin
camera.
Fields' statement. Like, they're neck and neck, but that was crazy.
All right. Justin's official mock draft 1.0
all right.
because the one we did that isn't out is now completely shot because the Panthers traded up. All right, Panthers. I'll go just 1 through 10, and then we'll just talk about 1 through 10 quickly, and then so on.
All right.
All right. Panthers take C.J. Stroud at 1. Bryce Young goes to the Texans. Will Anderson goes to the Cardinals at 3. This is no trades, by the way. Colts get Anthony Richardson at 4. Even with the legal issues, I think Jalen Carter can still go top 5, so I got the Seahawks taking him. Lions take Christian Gonzalez. Raiders take Will Levis. Falcons take Tyree Wilson. Bears take Paris Johnson Jr. And Eagles to round the top 10. I decided to have fun. Bijan Robinson. I think that's the highest he goes. I think he can fall all the way to 26 or 27 because he's a running back, obviously, but why not? You have 2 first-round picks as the Eagles. You just were in the Super Bowl. Go get the best player available, and that's Bijan. So,
I think Bryce Young should be the first quarterback off the board. That's just me personally.
You're wrong. It's okay, though.
I like CJ more, but I don't disagree with that thinking. But I think this is more of what I think is going to happen. This is not ever fully what I would do. Sometimes it will be, but I think they're going to take CJ, and I think the Texans take Bryce. I think
can't
that'll
wait
be
till
1
this
and 2.
motherfucker's wrong. He's been wrong before. It's just it hasn't been so drastic yet. I can't wait till you're wrong.
I've been on a
wrong.
hot streak, though. You can't.
And you're gonna live
That's
it
why
down this
that's
fucking
why
hot
my
streak.
confidence is so high.
I just got to go watch all the episodes now.
Especially when the Giants were on that winning streak.
Oh my God, that was a horrible time.
Arizona, I think best player available with Will Anderson. Well, depending on who you like between him and Jalen. With the Seahawks, though, I batted around the idea of them not taking Jalen Carter and him falling further. Jalen doesn't fall farther than 10, though. I would love if he fell to 13. You put him next to Quinnen Williams, that'd be fucking amazing. But he's not falling past the Eagles because why the fuck would the Eagles not take him? And Paris Johnson to the Bears, I would love for him to fall to 13 also, but Chicago needs line help. Go get Justin Fields' his old teammate from Ohio State. 11 through 20, Titans, Peter Skoronski, tackle from Northwestern. Texans, Quentin Johnson. Jets, Broderick Jones, who's a tackle from Georgia. Patriots, I would fucking hate this if it actually happened, but I think it could. Devon Witherspoon from Illinois, he's a corner. He would be a fucking dog under Bill Belichick. Packers, Lucas Van Ness, an edge rusher from Iowa. Washington, I got them taking Joey Porter Jr. Jordan Addison going to Pittsburgh. Darnell Washington, the tight end from Georgia, going to Detroit. They show up that offense some more. Nolan Smith, the combine warrior, going to Tampa. And at number 20, Jackson Smith and Jigba going to the Seahawks.
Real quick, cut this off. Subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube, and if you want to see Justin go more in depth in any of these picks,
I will gladly do that one over.
Just leave a comment, and he'll definitely do it.
What do you think?
Of everything that has happened there,
Yeah.
not the Chargers. So
Chargers aren't there. They're
Yeah.
next. Jackson Smith is not falling to you guys. Nolan Smith isn't either. I don't think any of our favorite teams. Well, mine. All right, Broderick Jones. There's a big three of tackles, I think, in this draft, and it's Paris Johnson, Peter Skoronski, and Broderick Jones. I'll be fine with any of the three.
Mm-hmm.
They all have things to like about them. They all have things that you could worry about. I think Devon Witherspoon in New England's system could be one of the best corners in the NFL. Quinn Johnson isn't my wide receiver 1. I just think what's going to happen is just height and speed is going to win out like it always does. You saw last year Drake London was the first wide receiver taken, and I'm pretty sure a big part of it was you got the lengthy guy that can win the jump balls. It's not that bad.
The Patriots are going to trade back and draft Destroying with their first overall pick.
I do think there's a lot of trade back options here too. I think the Jets could trade down. I think the Patriots could trade down. I think the only way the Jets move pick 13 is if they swap with Green Bay and move down 2 spots. Jordan Addison, you reunite him and Kenny Pickett. That's actually been one of my. I feel like that's one that could really happen that a lot of people aren't thinking about. Darnell Washington, the Lions need a tight end, and I think that could be a great fit for them. And on to 21 through 31, starting with the Chargers.
Yes, sir.
I got you guys taking DeJuan Jones, right tackle from Ohio State. We'll come back to you. Cam Smith, 22nd to the Ravens, corner from South Carolina. Brian Branch. I don't know if Brian Branch actually falls this far, but I got him going 23 to the Vikings, safety from Alabama. Dalton Kincaid, who a lot of people are really falling in love with throughout the draft process, to the Jags. He's a tight end from Utah. You pair him with Ingram for a year, you can possibly just let Ingram walk, and that's the replacement. Giants at 25. I got you guys taking Osiris Torrance, who's a guard from Florida. Shore up that offensive line. Cowboys, Brian Bresee, defensive tackle from Clemson. Bills, Anton Harrison, a tackle from Oklahoma. Bengals, Miles Murphy, who's an edge rusher from Clemson. Saints, you're going to like this. Again, had fun. Zay Flowers.
That'll be tough.
Wide receiver, Boston College. Eagles, I got them
he's
taking.
Nice.
He is nice.
Zay Flowers is nice.
He's nice.
Khalid can't see the guy that had the really good combine from Pittsburgh that everyone's comparing to Donald. I think that makes a lot of sense for Philly. And to round out the first round, B.J. Ojolari, who's an edge rusher from LSU, going to the Chiefs.
He's Ojolari's little brother.
That is true.
Legend. Shout out.
So we just
We'll start with you.
We paid Trey Pipkins. He was one of our offensive line products from Sioux Falls. He was terrible his first few years, but then started picking up towards the end, and he looked really good when he wasn't hurt. That's the only, like, if they really believe in Trey Pipkins, drafting a guy after giving him a very cheap, affordable contract, drafting a guy to take a spot.
Can Trey play inside?
Probably, but do I want him to? No.
Do you know who DeJuan Jones is?
No, not at all.
He's 6'8".
Height over heart, or heart over height, whatever.
He's a massive fucking human being. Because I think you guys could take a receiver. I don't know if Hyatt goes in the first round anymore. Because of,
I mean,
I thought he was going to run a 4.2. He ran a 4.4. Again, that's not the be all end all, but I thought that was someone who the 40 could really help.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, receivers definitely in play for you guys too.
Steve Smith likes Hyatt, and Steve Smith Senior hasn't been wrong that often.
He seems to know his receivers.
If we could just trade back and get Hyatt, then that would be fine.
I think Hyatt could be in play at 21. It really just depends, and that'd be a great fit. I think I just figured with JSN, Jordan Addison, and Quentin Johnson all gone, it could be shore up that offensive line, protect your eventual $300 million quarterback, most likely. I don't know the exact price you guys pay him eventually, but
for me,
around there.
It would go wide receiver, D tackle, then O-line would be like the last thing for me. But hey,
that puts Brian Bresee in play for you guys too. Was once a highly touted recruit, but defensive tackle, positional value. How do you feel about Osiris Torrance?
Guard.
I feel like that shares up your line.
I like it. I think the Giants free agency with all their 1 and 2 year deals with a bunch of different positions made it to where they could just get best player available. So if he's
that's why I don't know if you would argue best player available, but I feel like just need and makes sense too.
Yeah, they lost Nick Gates and Feliciano. They got Bredesen and Glowinski. So yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that.
How about you and Zay Flowers? Again, I didn't know where to pick here because of how the board fell, and I was like, you know what? Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, and Zay Flowers. That's kind of fun.
We also have Raheem Shaheed as well. He's solid.
Michael Thomas still in the league?
Yeah.
Oh, he is?
He is. He's actually really excited to play with Derek Carr. I'd like that. It gives us depth.
Yeah, it
Wide
does.
receiver
I feel like
room,
wide receiver could be a
He's
sneaky
not
need
a
for you
depth
guys.
piece, so he's a starting piece.
That'd be a slot guy.
Next.
That's what I'm saying. Like you
Yeah.
have Olave and
Chargers
Thomas.
It's tough though, because Raheed was so good
Flowers
last
is a good
year.
fit for you guys too. I don't know if Zay. I know I have him, but I don't know if Zay goes in the first.
Zay
Tell you-
Flowers?
Yeah, that
He goes in
sometimes
the first, I think.
sometimes height.
And then talks for the Giants too.
He is
Yeah.
talking to the Giants. Sometimes
I
just
wouldn't be mad at that.
having the
I wouldn't be
height.
mad at that.
Like what is he like 5'9"? Slot receiver.
I'd
Sometimes
rather
they
him
don't,
go
they
to
don't
the
always go
Giants.
first.
I don't think the Giants are going to get him because they have a lot of slot guys right now.
He looked good in the
I'd rather
draft,
you
and I
guys
watched
get
his
him,
highlights,
and then
he
we get a
looks-
defensive
His
tackle.
highlights look good.
He's good. No,
Like,
he is
just
good.
looks fucking solid. So
Well, everyone's comparing him to AB. Reminds me a little bit of Elijah Moore. They play very similar, and Elijah fell to the second round when everyone thought he was going to go first. So I
Zay
think it's going to be
Flowers,
similar to that.
if he falls to the second round, whoever gets him in the second round is going to.
Oh no, you're getting a good player.
Worth.
yeah,
But a lot of good, really good receivers go the second
a
round.
lot. There's mad
That's a fact.
receivers.
That's where the sleepers are at.
Chargers suck in the second round. So.
But yeah, I don't know if Brian Branch really falls to 23 with the Vikings. Anton Harrison's a guy that I can see going higher or even lower depending on tackled needs and who likes who or whatever. Miles Murphy, edge rush from Clemson, who I had going to Cincy. At one point, like you can go back 3 months ago, this guy was being mocked in the top 7, top 5 even. Like it was Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, the quarterbacks, and then he was usually number 5. So I think even on this draft simulator I used, he was the number 5 prospect to them. So I don't know where he's going to go. He's a freakish athlete. A lot of people like him. Some people don't like him. Like Tyree Wilson, from Texas Tech, who I have going to the Falcons, kind of overtook, I think, being that freakish athlete edge that, wow, he may even compete with Will Anderson. Because there's even people out there that think Tyree Wilson can go 3rd overall. I don't think so, and I wouldn't do that. I think if you want to talk about legal issues with Jalen, then I would take Will Anderson. I still think Jalen Carter might be the best full prospect, but you don't have the baggage with Will.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly. Everything's allegedly.
Shout out to Asante Samuel Jr. But, all right.
Why?
Because I said the Chargers haven't drafted anyone good the second round.
Oh, yeah, they did draft him. That is true.
Why?
That is true. Shout out to Asante, bro.
All right.
Shout out to Sauce Gardner, too. Best corner in the league.
Yeah.
Since we're shouting,
Asante's coming for that spot.
since we're shouting people, shout out to Alante Taylor too.
Who cares?
Shout out to Ruben Randall, man.
There it is. Anyone you want to shout out?
Y'all know
Corey?
about Ruben Randall? Shout out to Ruben Randall, man. Good guy.
We don't have much time for this, but
Shout out OBJ, future Jet.
I took some heat
Shout
last
out Mario
time,
Manningham.
and I wasn't ready for the conversation.
Super Bowl legend.
Now I am ready.
legend.
You guys are calling.
Hold on, time out. Trivia. Who was the last team before the Panthers to trade up for the first overall pick?
Colts.
No.
Wait,
Don't
wait,
go
wait,
naming
wait.
all 32 teams.
Wait,
though.
what year is it? What year is it? What year
It was
is
2016.
Shit.
Hans, repeat that question. I was kind of blacked out.
Last
Rams?
team. Yeah, it's the Rams. It was the last team to trade up for the first
The
overall
Rams?
pick.
Who'd they get?
Golf.
Jared Goff. You should know that, Billy.
That's my boy.